And hello to all my Cancer friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for April 2023. Now today they have dialed up for my great Cancers a four-corner spread. It's a great spread for these general readings because it looks at the four main areas that people usually ask about in tarot, which is your work corner and your financial corner, very tightly knit there. We got your love corner, the ever popular love corner, as well as the health corner. We're going to take a brush through all four of them, guys, give you a little taste of what is to come for those four corners in the month of April. They've asked that I conclude your reading with a health scrub, so that is physical health, something with the body. We're going to go down the body regions 1 through 7, take a little magnifying glass into each of them and see what is going on for the sign of Cancer that they want to address this month. So we're going to get started right now, guys. Oh, also going to conclude your reading with the runestone. Can't forget about the wonderful runestones. And the cards are ready to go, guys, so I'm going to bring you in right now so we can get moving, get started, and get your reading going, get you the information you need, and get you on your way. So here we go. With the overhead, bring you in so you can watch. I'd like to share my table with you. I think we're on, okay? I'm using a new phone because my other one crapped out on me. This is just a prepaid, kind of a temporary phone, if you will. So hopefully it gets the job done for us today. So these are my ritual cuts here, Cancer. This is what I do every time to satisfy the ritual aspect of tarot. It's the same procedure for personal private readings as well, so it's just like you're here with me now. So the four corners starts up here. This is your work corner. Okay, started easy, turned into a bigger theme. Four corners is usually a pretty quick reading too, so that's good because the health scrub sometimes can be lengthy, so that'll give us time to focus on that. Over here is love, guys. Love right there. Is that a person? No. Okay, pretty simple love corner. Coming down here, this is finance. Is that a person? It is not. Okay. That's also a little bit chatty group there. And then we got health over here. Wrapping up with health. Okay. Everything is good there. Check the inverts real quick. We got three. Not enough to matter. Kind of well distributed. We do have one corner here, which is the financial one that is more than half blocked. It's about 2/3 blocked, so I will do a discard there, and that is going to be the only extra card that we need. You have a pretty simple lineup here. And so my discard basically says Spirit wants to leave it that way, which we will. This deck is also, I call this my bird deck because there are a lot of birds and flying creatures in them. It is also a very philosophical deck, so they kind of wanted to hit you guys with the deeper meanings here today, Cancer, deep stuff. And then we're using my Oracle Angel card deck later for the health scrub, where it's not being used here. Spirit didn't want to use it yet, but that is very specific too. So they're being deep with you, they're being specific with you this month. So again, let's just go over with it. This here is work, financial, love, and health. So let's get started right now, guys. Let's do it. Get that out of our way. And here we go. I'm going to start with health. We're going to save work and finance for last. That is your busiest group. That we can spend the most time there. So let's starting with health. Health brings in two people, two entities working together, or two functions really working together for your health. This is in a positive way. Spirit wants you to think of 222 when it comes to health. So that's like, for example, it could be for some people, exercise as well as diet, bringing both of them together to work the best for you. This could also mean doing something here in your health corner with somebody else, going to the gym with a partner, doing a diet with a partner. And of course, these definitions can expand out into great lengths. So let's say this is you're on a kind of medication, let's say for blood pressure, right? Okay, well, this could be two medicines working together here to give you the optimum health. So it's two things, or two entities, two people working together for your optimum health. So keep that in mind. Spirit is trying to tell you two for a reason. So you look at more than just one option here. Two things working together in a wonderful tandem. Now, they do talk about really getting spiritually connected. We have some of you that are just not there. The connectivity is down for Cancers. Maybe you feel like you're in a funk a little bit, especially in the health corner, specifically health. You know, like you're in a funk, you got to get out of this. Maybe you got to get more spiritual, you got to get the spiritual health going. Actually, the way it came up like this, I'm kind of surprised they didn't do a chakra scrub to end your reading instead of a health scrub, but that is because they probably wanted to talk about something physical there, and they're using this opportunity to say, hey, you know what? your spiritual health needs it as well. We'll talk about more of that when we get into your health scrub, the chakra scrub options. I'll talk to you guys more about those personal readings as well, which is great for any of this kind of confusion for you. It clears that up in that product. So that's what they talk about here, is getting more spiritually connected. It really would improve your health, getting more organic with things. So really, we want to keep things simple, bring it back to Mother Earth a little bit in the health corner, maybe not go through the big treatment, maybe, you know what, let's do the herbal remedy, let's do the natural way, something like that can be regarded here when they talk about that the spiritual connection is a little off, so it needs some energy going in your health. And health has been a big theme for my cancers too for many months, pretty much since we started this year. They have been kind of like cancer health, cancer health, cancer health. Let's give them extra health scrub, chakra scrub, a whole health reading for some months. So they're trying to reiterate this. If you're a cancer that has not really paid attention to your health, this is the time. This feels a little bit like a cutoff date to me. Like you really need to get to work here. And even if you're a cancer who's in great health, you know what? This could be about a little bit of prevention, healthy prevention, to prevent things that could happen later by doing positive things now. So let's get into that love corner, guys. We'll waste no more time with the love corner and jump right in there. Love corner talks about a message that comes in later. A lot of you, this is going to be a split audience group. For some of you, this is going to tie into work. So that's going to eke our way right into that messaging momentarily. But first, let me give you the love version of it for my people that they're talking about love. And love, of course, is the corner of family as well. So they're not just necessarily only talking about your love situation, your lover, your relationship partner. This is your whole group. They talk about a message that comes in later in the month of April that is very relevant, very important. So they bring this up because they don't want you to miss it. This is some kind of correspondence. I'm not sure which kind. And for some of you, this is also work because they gave me wands. Wands is the suit of the work corner. But we have to tie it into love too. So this can also be doing something that you love for work or some kind of messaging with that. Now, the other thing they show in the love corner is really kind of being tied down here. Pretty tied down in April. So a lot of you are either getting into relationships or already in relationships, really tied down. Maybe just spending a lot of time with the family in general, the people that you love and hold close to your heart. Hey, you know what? That's a wonderful thing to be tied down into. I like to see tied down when it's in those kind of terms, very, very loving energy. And this is very good for your mindset is what they're telling me here. So this being a mental card suit with my swords, it's very much cerebral. So it really clears up your mental airwaves, so to speak. And some of you will know exactly what I mean by that. And close friends come up into that corner as well, the love corner. So spending more time with your friends, being really tied down into situations. You know what? It doesn't feel like a prisoner type of situation, captivity. It feels more like choice. And there's something about this late messaging in April that's very important. Now I'm going to dive right into that late messaging in the work corner because that's where it pushed me. I would normally cut away for your moon cycles, but we'll do those moon cycles after this corner. So the first thing that comes in here is that some of you are at a crossroads with work. You are, yes or no. Should I do this? Shouldn't I not do this? Should I go apply at another job? Should I stay at this job a little longer? These are the kind of things that they show. A lot of you are in between two places in the work corner, and you're not really seeing which way to go. You're not stressed about it either, though. So that is the good thing. You're not really concerned about what is going on there. But at the same time, it does weigh on your mind. You do think about it. It takes up a lot of space in your mind, right? Now, what they're saying here is you don't have all the information yet. You don't know everything that is going on in this work corner yet. Hopefully, this little piece of information that comes later in April will give you a little bit of an inspiration or give you a little bit of a clue here as to where this is going to go. And the work corner is a big place, big area of your life too, because it's work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, retirement, if you're of that age, your hobbies and interests, what you spend your time doing, that is work related. For most people, it's a job. But if you're retired, it's your hobbies and interests and, the way you spend your time. So they're saying you don't know everything that's going on yet. You're working with an impoverished map, or you're working with, you don't know what the cover of the puzzle looks like. So how are you going to put these pieces together right now? Of course, you're not. And that's why they show you fuzzy. That's why they show your eyes all kind of glazed up here and you don't know which way to go with this yet. Now, what they show next is the devil card. So they bring up here really being tied into something here. So this is like a commitment. It's kind of Spirit's way of saying bondage. So this is commitment into work really being tied to an idea. It's like, hey, you know what? If I launch this new business, I'm going to have to go all in. I'm going to have to, put all my money, all my time into it. And that kind of energy is what they're talking about here. So I don't view the devil there is a bad thing. They're just talking about being really just all in on whatever this is. So that is probably why some of you aren't sure yet, have to wait, or we need that messaging to come in later. Now I'm going to cut away for your moon cycles real quick. We're going to come back and dive into that financial corner, which Spirit did leave a little bit blocked for us. Interesting to see why that is. Got a brand new gemstone to tell you about, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, it is moon cycle forecast time. Very simple set of moon cycles this month. Going to be a very quick pull. Also going to tell you about a brand new gemstone in the shop. But first, those moon cycles. The moon cycles are starting to move through earlier in the months. So now we have the full moon that hits first in April. That comes through April 6th. That is the peak, which basically means from April 1 through about the 10th, it's going to be very strong energy for getting things out of your life. That is what the full moon does. I call it the garbage truck of the universe. Get anything out of your life that you don't want there. Use that energy to your benefit. It's already out there. The energy's already there with the moon. Might as well use it to your benefit. Much easier to walk downstairs than walk upstairs, swim downstream than swim against the current. That's what the moon cycles do for you. So it doesn't matter what you're trying to get out of your life either. The universe does not care whether this is breaking habits, whether this is getting rid of people. Some of you actually have to get rid of people and some cordage in your life, and all that stuff doesn't matter what it is. Much better placed early in April. Even if it's cleaning out a closet, a garage, getting rid of old things, maybe you got to sell something. That is all full moon energy, much better placed early in April. Adversely, we have the new moon, which comes through April 20th. April 20th is the key there. I can't say to focus on bringing new stuff in the end of the month anymore, because the 20th is moved up far enough here where, the end of the month is getting more back into some full moon energy. So the focus for bringing new things into your life, manifesting in things that weren't there before, is the third week of April. April 20th is the apex. It doesn't have to be on the 20th though. Any kind of time around there. Let's call it the 15th through the 25th. Pretty strong vibration there for bringing new things in, whether you're trying to attract brand new love, whether you're trying to do something new with work, get a new job, do something new in the health corner, or do something new with your money. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's brand new, it's much better placed under the new moon, peaking on April 20th, but anytime right around there is key. And like I said, don't wait too long into the month to get something new going, because if you do, you're going to bump into that full moon energy eking its way through from May, and we don't want to do that. So that is your moon cycles, guys. Like I said, short and sweet there, but let's talk about the gemstone. I'm really proud to bring this one to you here. This is the first gemstone that is in the shop that is actually a permanent part of the Scott Sagent table, and it's right here. It's a little piece of sodalite. Sodalite is the gemstone for this month of April that we are releasing and debuting for the month. And sodalite is, I call it my wisdom stone. It is good for many different things. I'm going to be posting that on the shop page of my little research bracket there, my little graphic with all the great things sodalite does for health, for metaphysics, and for the whole bit. I call it my wisdom stone. It's sitting right underneath my ruby record keeper. So we have wisdom on top of wisdom there. And this is a wonderful stone that you guys will enjoy. And the full write-up is available on scottsagent.com. Check that out. You guys will love it. Let's get back to your reading. Okay, Cancer, I am back, and it is financial corner time, the half blocked, more than half blocked corner that they had for you here. Now, the first thing they show here is really not leaving something behind, really kind of getting deeply invested with something financially. So it really permeates what we just talked about in that work corner. I hope you understand Spirit's way of connecting to you here, because this is, a big audience group. We are reading for a lot of great Cancers here, so really putting the context together of how that applies to you is key toward understanding this reading. So they talk about really being dug in, really digging in, line in the sand. You know what? Hey, I'm in this. My money is in this, because this is the financial corner. So that's what they talk about now. So it's an idea that maybe you thought of, oh man, maybe I should just forget about it. Maybe I shouldn't do it. And Spirit here is saying, no, financially we are like all in here. There's money being moved toward a certain place that is going to be a long-term goal. Maybe this is an investment of some form, like a 401k, a retirement, something like that. Or it could be like we talked about in the work corner, very different things for different people. The next thing we show here is the Queen of Swords. This is not my person though. They told me not a person. So this is back to the mental capacity here. Swords is a cerebral suit. It is the suit of the mental, and here they're saying you really need to nurture your mindset with how you move this money around. Or maybe, you know what, hey, maybe some of you, this stresses you out putting all this money into this. Hey, it's a pretty big commitment, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. So you got to get your mind right around this. That's basically what they're saying. Get your mind right, and the rest will flow. They also bring up patience. That wraps up kind of where they're going with this. You're reading here is that, you know what, you got to give this patience. You got to give it time, maybe step slow growth, something like that, where they show you here that you really feel like ripping this thing apart, shredding it, and it makes me feel like what the example I gave you earlier about, hey, you know what? I don't really like investing this much money into something like this. Maybe I shouldn't do that at all. Maybe I'll just decide to, keep my regular 9 to 5, something like that instead. But that's what they talk about financially. Financially, Cancers, let's just put it this way. If we're just going to kind of dumb it down to a generic statement here, you just got to be patient financially here. Things are taking time to evolve. And there is something, though, that you are getting invested in and going all in on. So that's presenting itself very good. So that wraps up what has been a pretty short and simple reading for a Four Corners. I'm going to grab your runestone, then we're going to get into some health scrub. So they're already mixed up. Give them one last swirl. And here we go with Cancer runestone for April. It's going to be this one right here. And this is the rune of fertility. Fertility, it's Spirit's way of saying, hey, we're a fertile ground here to grow on, to break ground, to do something brand new in the physical plane, something that wasn't there before, becoming fertile. That's like what fertility is. It's like bringing a child into this world from, thin air, essentially. So it's fertility, saying that the ground is ripe. It can also be fertile for some of you that are trying to grow the family. Also fertile for some of you who are not. So keep all that stuff in mind. But this is basically saying that April is the time where it's ripe with this opportunity. And that's probably why they wanted to focus on your work corner as well as your financial corner, because they're basically saying, hey, there's no better time than now. They're looking to head down the path, and they're saying, hey, if you're going to do this, April is the month that you got to really dive in and really kind of go after it. So you can see fertility there kind of through every little bit of it. And even if it's just fertile in the love corner with, just being really whole and joyous with your friends and family, because they showed you being really tied down in April with that. And if we're talking about the health thing, they really are saying, hey, this is a really time where you can tie yourself down into two things. They're not saying, hey, you know what, you're doing too much. They're saying, you know what, you can actually, the ground is fertile for you to do these two at the same time. So you can see fertility through all of the different corners. Let's get into that health scrub, guys. Counting my cards, how many I used. If I use more than 10, I like to reshuffle. So that's what I'm going to do in this case. I used 11. We're close. So I'm going to reshuffle real quick. I'll cut out for that. Be right back with your health scrub. Okay, Cancer, I am back. It is health scrub time. The cards have been reshuffled. The red deck has not, because we haven't touched it yet, but we probably will in this. So I'm going to ritual cut this deck that I just shuffled one last time, because I always do. Then we're going to run the health scrub. Now, the health scrub, I pull 1 through 7. I may talk about it in a different order, but here we go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Have a couple repeating cards from your spread, so it's interesting how Spirit does that. That's how they weave this web and kind of tie things in together. The first thing I notice, well, we don't have enough blockages to matter there. I am going to need a couple oracle cards because they talked about some big themes. And we have one area there and actually 2 areas down low. So I'm going to start top and work to bottom. So here we go with number 1, guys. And perfect time to tell you, too, that this is available as a personal product on the website, scottsagent.com. This is a general reading. Spirit does a great job of connecting to as many people as possible, but nothing beats a personal private reading, and a health scrub is available as a personal product that we just dive into your energy and not the whole sign of Cancer. And the same thing with the chakra scrub. It's the other side of the same product. You get to choose which one you prefer. Let's say, you know what, I feel pretty good about my health situation. Maybe I want to look into some spiritual health stuff and how I can get that flowing a little bit. So that is the chakra scrub. Same product. You just choose the chakra scrub in the comments when you purchase your reading slot. So that is that one. So make sure you check that stuff out, guys, because there's nothing that beats a personal product. It's all personalized just to you. So starting at the top, here we go. Starting at the top, this is, this would be the crown chakra if we're doing the chakra scrub, but it's not. It's physical health. So this is something, the top of the head, well, there's not much up there. Unless they're talking about your skull, which, unless you're going to get in a motorcycle accident and hit your head on something weird, they just don't talk about that. So this is a spot for me that means something that is all over your body, something like muscles, something like nerves, something like circulation, blood cells, white blood cells, hair, nails, bones, so that kind of stuff, where it's not in one central location. This can be kind of floating anywhere. Now, what they talk about is an inaction in love, so that makes me feel kind of more, that kind of brings me back a little bit to sexual organs. It's going to be interesting to see what they showed down there, but that is saying inaction with love. So keep an eye on your sexual health, whether you're a female and getting your checkups, or whether you're a male and getting your colonoscopies or your checkups as well. This is sexually related health that they're saying has been in action. At least that's where I'm driven to. I don't know what else they would be talking about with love in action. So, and something that's all over you, that kind of permeates. So that makes sense to me. That's where I think they start your reading with. The next thing, and of course that's not for everybody. It's not supposed to be for everybody, but those of you that it's for, you should know quite directly. Okay, so as we move down here, guys, this is number 2 spot. This is your face. This could be your eyesight. This could be your hearing, certain glands, stuff like that. And anywhere in this whole region centralized here, they're talking about just little things, little push and pull energy, nothing major there. So if you feel like, there's something wrong with this or that, or hey, maybe I should go get my hearing checked, maybe I should go get my eyes checked, I'm worried about something, there's spirit saying here this is just minor stuff. So whether you do or whether you don't, it's okay either way. So just keep that in mind. Anything in the facial region, that is the definition or the expression for. As we move down, now we get into the throat. This could be glandular, this can be dental, this can be neck, chiropractic, vertebrae and stuff like that, and also muscular. Here they talk about what we said earlier for your love corner. Very interesting message, except now they're saying, hey, this is a message more coming early. So this is more like you're going to know this before April 15th. If this is something, an area here, or even like I said, dental, where that you need to address, it would be early in the month. This would not be coming late. This is going to be coming early. And this is something here that feels like it's been creeping up on you. So it's like, you got this tooth pain and you've got to address it at some point. And you know what, Spirit's saying, hey, you know what, this is going to get worse. You got to kind of address this now, or whatever this applies to here. So it's something kind of creeping up on you and grabbing your attention in the month of April. So make sure you get that area taken care of, guys. Let's move down. As we move down to number 4, now we reach the area that is the heart, the lungs, breasts for women, upper back, muscular. They talk about here that you are hearing things. There is knowledge being provided to you. So if there's any kind of health ailments that you have in this region, Spirit is saying you are well covered, because they're letting you know through different signs. Maybe, certain videos pop up when you're on the internet. Maybe you're hearing things from people and different things of ways, you can really get this area nice and checked out. They say building blocks. So a lot of you are trying to build something here. It does feel health related to me, but it may not. It can be different things for different people. So you're trying to build something here, build this health up, and Spirit says this is a wonderful idea. I hope a lot of my cancers take that seriously. You build up a lot of cardio. Cardio is great for the lungs and the heart. So that's just one idea of many that you can do to benefit your heart area. Okay, as we move down here, and this is spot number 5. Here at number 5, this is kind of upper stomach. It could be upper digestion. It could be also kind of more your purification organs and getting rid of toxicity here. They show really nurturing your mind, so it's kind of a weird way to put it, but it kind of makes me feel like you guys are on top of this. I don't really feel like there's any kind of toxicity going on in your body that, and if there is, I guess you know what to do about it, because they kind of are viewing this as like a non-starter. This is like a no concern area here. So very good report there for my cancers. As we move down into number 6, this is more lower stomach now. This is much more digestion. This is much more to do with food and what you put into your body, and also your organs that take it out. On the toilet organs. Let's just put it that way. So we get in, and we did talk about kind of colonoscopy for guys too here, guys. So that's something here that is maybe coming up again for my male audience, part of the audience. So we have the temperance card on an invert. This came up earlier for you guys, but now they're saying this is a great impatience. So a lot of you do not like this to deal with this. Whatever is coming up here in this area that they're referring to for you, you don't like to deal with this with you or your partner. So it is beyond just you. Maybe this is not you that doesn't want to deal with it. Maybe it's the other person that doesn't want to go to the doctor, go get checked up, or go get these procedures done. So that's what they show in this lower stomach area. And this can also be female fertility too. So I don't want to tie it down too tight that it's all about, masculine, like colonoscopy and stuff like that. But they do show 2 people, soulmates. It's my soulmates card. And they show impatience. So Spirit is saying, hey, you know what? You gotta find a way to get this done. If this is an area here that is a concern of yours, hopefully we've given you enough information that you can attach to it. And then wrapping up at our bottom here. Number 7, this is the base of the spine. This is your pelvic, your hip area. This can be direct sexual organs. This can also be lower back, like your tailbone area here. And they show brand new renewal here. They're showing that Spirit is blessing this region for you guys. You guys are in good shape here. But it's a renewal. So that means the old way it's got to go forever. So let's just say, for example, we've been talking about a lot of sexual stuff. Let's say it's abstinence, and that is something that you've decided to do for yourself for whatever reason. Hey, you know what? I'm just not going to risk it. You know, it's just not worth it, or something like that. Or whether this is all about physical, like let's say your joints are bothering you, and you know, like your hip area, something like that, and you just feel like, you know, something's off here. Well, they bring in renewal. That would be something like a procedure like a hip replacement, maybe even, you know, different areas for different people, but this is something brand new that is like a renewal. So it's saying, hey, you know, this is a great option for some of my audience to get this renewal in whatever form they're referring to you. So hopefully that's enough to make sense to you guys, and they bring in blessed. So you guys are very well protected, very, very blessed in this area. No better word than blessed to describe it. I don't even know why I'm trying. So that's going to wrap up, guys. I know it's been a long reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's wrapped up what has been a very interesting reading for my cancers, and I do want to kind of, one more time, push the fact that you guys do need to address something with health. Okay, so figure it out what it is for you. Not my whole audience, but for a lot of it, because it keeps coming up for cancer, and we want to address this and get it done so you guys are in prime, tip-top shape for health as you move forward down your year. So that is the entire reading, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future readings, and have a great April.